Sponsored by Scentbird. Ian Foote is a 49-year-old YouTuber who makes videos documenting his life and sharing his thoughts on almost everything. On the surface, his videos seem quite normal, and he appears to be just like any other creator. However, as you dig deeper, you'll discover the life of one of the most insane men on the internet. The description of his channel is equally disturbing. It reads, "I carry this vast anger in me. I want to scream in people's faces, and I've been alone too long. I've started talking to people who aren't here, saying the things I didn't get to say, stuck in a loop. So I decided that I would just vent on the internet, scream at the world." One of his videos, uploaded on July 27th of this year, entitled "I Want to Hurt People," starts off with Ian explaining how he has lost any interest in women and wants to harm him.
"I'm a violent misogynist. I don't even want to have sex with them anymore. I don't even want to have sex with them. I don't find them attractive anymore. I just want to beat the shit out of them."
He went on to express even more hatred towards women, saying how he wants to, quote, "beat the shit out of them." Initially, people thought he was probably just trolling, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I really am, genuinely. I really am a violent misogynist. I just want to knock them to the ground and kick them and stomp on them. I just want to hurt them. I just want to hurt them.
He even mentioned how he wishes to go to Texas, buy guns, and then return to Canada to kill all the feminists.
I really want to go to Texas and buy a bunch of guns and come back up here to Canada and start killing feminists. I never thought that I would end up like this. And this is how it is. I've been slandered so many times in so many ways.
His current channel is just 1 month old, but he has been uploading videos on YouTube for a long time. His previous channel was taken down for obvious reasons. On that channel, he uploaded another video titled, "I just want to kill everyone. I don't want a happy ending. Things are too effed up to save."
I don't want a happy ending anymore. I don't want a happy ending anymore. There's no future ahead of me that isn't completely consumed with fear and misery and pain and hate. And all I want is death. And I want to take you down with me. If I had 1,000,000 wishes, it wouldn't matter. If I had an infinite number of wishes, it still wouldn't matter. I don't care anymore. I don't want a good outcome. I don't want a happy ending anymore. I just want to kill you all of you. I don't want to rule you. I don't want to conquer you. I just want to exterminate you. I want to die, and I want to take you with me.
Honestly, a lot of his old videos are now lost media, but we have some of them archived. According to his videos, he seems like he is frustrated with his own life and lives completely alone. His marriage was also a failure, as he and his wife have already separated. In another video titled simply "Pain," he expressed how unhappy he is with his life and has accepted it as his fate.
I lack control. I don't like surprises. I'm not happy. I'm not content. I'm not satisfied. I don't smile. I don't laugh. I'm miserable. I've been continuously miserable for years. And I know that this is my fate. I'm extremely unhappy.
In many of his videos, he appears delusional and repeatedly lies about various things. He even claimed to be a martial arts champion, but provided no evidence to support this. Overall, Ian Foote's mental health doesn't seem to be in a good place, and it could potentially be dangerous to those around him. Exploring the depths of internet mysteries often leads me into dark and unsettling territories. After hours of delving into the unknown, I find it essential to ground myself back in reality. Engaging with fragrances has become a personal ritual, offering a sensory escape from the online mysteries I investigate. That's where a service like Scentbird comes in handy, today's sponsor. They offer a monthly subscription that lets you explore over 900 authentic designer and niche fragrances. Each month, you receive an 8 ml vial, providing about 120 sprays, plenty to test how a scent works for you in various situations. This month, I've been trying French Riviera and Eau de Lacoste, both very high quality fragrances. A quick tip, applying fragrance to pulse points like the wrist and neck allows the scent to develop naturally throughout the day, creating a subtle yet lasting presence. If you're interested in exploring new scents, and adding a unique touch to your daily routine. You can get 55% off your first month at Scentbird with the code UDOXA55 or scanning the QR code on screen. You get to try the first fragrance from Scentbird for only $8, and your next month will be only $16.95. That's over half off. Remember, it's UDOXA55 for 55% off. Discover how the right fragrance can provide a refreshing balance to your day.
So all your boyfriends up. F out of here. Yeah, 180, just like Joey. F out of here. Just getting your weight. For real.
On March 15, 2023, a channel that goes by the name Mikal White began uploading videos on the platform. While seemingly harmless in the beginning, the channel eventually became one of the darkest channels to ever exist on YouTube. Mikal would initially upload random videos of himself, documenting his life as a homeless person.
The one night, we'll all have died. The one night. If you automatically have died in the hands of the one night, there's a problem.
For real. For real.
Put your face mask on.
Alright, put my face mask on. No, for real.
You want to put your face mask on, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Put your face mask on.
Alright, okay. Yeah.
I don't want to be on your phone.
For real. No, I'm not recording, bro. Bro, niggas think I'm recording, bro, but I ain't recording, bro.
It becomes evident from other videos that Mikal is definitely consuming substances and might be under the influence at most times. He also sometimes goes on rants in his own comment sections. Sometimes you can't even understand what he's trying to convey.
Good guy, you over there. Yo, it's Hut. It was a lot of people that meet me over there.
In later videos, we can see Mikal finding an almost destroyed abandoned house where he continued to spend most of his time.
Yup. Exactly. Like stolen chips or something.
Mikal, who was struggling with homelessness, seemed to have found a place to live. But the living conditions are definitely bad. There were some changes in his behavior. He stopped going on rants in his own comment sections and seemed overall happier than before. Though everything would get dramatically worse on April 4, 2023.
I'm off that motherfucking lane, bro. Bro, I got hands on my fucking fist, bro. For real. That's what you should be worried about.
Walk away.
That's what you should be worried about.
What?
That's what you should be worried about.
Walk away. You need.
That's what you should be worried about.
You're too young, man.
Yeah.
You're on that old man.
Yeah.
You're too young, man.
But look at this though. Yeah, look. And my voice turned white in one day.
Shit, man, the police-
And my voice turned white in one day. Honestly, where's Bonnie? Where's Bonnie? Where's Bonnie?
Mikal would upload a video that abruptly starts in the middle of a scene where a bunch of people are asking him to walk away. While it's hard to make sense of what's happening without context, the context will be provided in Mikal's very next video. The video shows him walking in the sideways of a road when suddenly, out of nowhere, he began harassing a random stranger.
And then he's waiting. And then he's waiting. And then he's waiting. And he's like, yeah. Hey, how you feel about people doing that, bro? With Cray, let the kid over, get kitty. Tell that kitty to get out. Tell that kitty to get out. That kitty. Yeah. Hell yeah, that kitty. It's just a kitty somewhere. It's just a kitty. Tell him to get out.
The man was trying to be polite and slowly walked away from Mikal, but he'd go on to harass him repeatedly without any reason, eventually even getting physical.
Hey, sir. You can record this. You can record me to tell this girl to get that kitty out of my bad house.
Yeah, you recorded me.
I mean, this guy just cannot really fight, but I cannot show the entire thing here. A man would step in and attempted to stop the fight. However, it would only escalate the situation even further.
Get away from him.
Get away from what?
He's older than
Get
you.
away from who? Get away from who? What? What's up? He tried me, bro. He tried me, bro. He tried me, bro. Fuck, bro. He tried me, bro. He tried me,
He
bro.
didn't do a fucking thing. He's trying to walk away from you. Walk
Yeah.
away.
All right.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Walk the fuck away.
Yeah. All right.
Walk away.
Yeah.
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 Walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. He tried me, bro. He tried me, bro. He tried me, bro. Hell yeah.
Walk away.
For real. Yeah. For real.
I cannot show the full thing, but at one point the older gentleman fell down and Mikhail started kicking him. While this was already pretty disturbing, the following stuff is significantly worse. On April 8, 2023, Mikhail uploaded a video with a weird title, showcasing him violently beating an elderly homeless man who was residing in the same abandoned house he had discovered earlier. In the beginning, 2 other men can be seen with Mikhail inside the abandoned house. One of them is seated on a chair facing downward, while the other is in a separate room. Without any apparent reason, Mikhail enters the room and starts harassing the old man. Although initially confused, the elderly man quickly becomes the target of Mikhail's physical assault, reaching the point where he starts to bleed. I cannot show anything here due to its graphic nature. It was genuinely painful to watch how Mikhail continued to beat the elderly man relentlessly. Towards the end, the old man just leaves, and doesn't really react to anything Mikhail has to say. In the later part of the video, we can see some police officers standing right outside Mikhail's house, confronting him about the fight. Mikhail would blame everything on a cat.
Yeah, man. That guy, he need an ambulance. Yeah, he need an ambulance. He just, yeah, that kid.
Did y'all get into a fight?
Nah,
What happened?
that kid. Yeah, that kid. There's a kid over there. He this kid crazy. There's a crazy kid over there.
Cat? What do you mean, like an actual cat or another?
No, there's a crazy kid over there.
Like an animal?
Yes, there's an animal. No, not no animal. There's a kid. There's a little kid, and he's crazy.
Okay. What happened? Did you?
There's a crazy kid over there. He's fighting people.
Okay.
Where?
Where'd he go?
He I don't know.
Did it get you? You got blood on your hand.
Yo,
Did it
for real.
get you?
Nah,
Well, how'd you get blood on your hand?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, that kid, he got to me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You and this guy fighting? Or
Nah.
was him and the cat? Did you get
Nah.
involved with it?
No,
Okay. All right. What's your name?
I'm just gonna.
I'm Mikhail. I'm Mikhail.
I'm just gonna step past you
Yeah.
real quick, okay? Cool.
Yeah.
It seems like he didn't face any consequences for his actions, as he wasn't arrested, and continued to upload more videos on his channel until April 17, 2023, when he abruptly stopped. Although the channel Mikhail White has since gone inactive, Mikhail still uploads videos on a different channel called Scrappy-chan. This implies that he is still roaming free, despite being an obvious danger to others.
I'm gonna be cooking my besties. Because it's not just one bestie, y'all. We got 2 besties in here.
It's not cooking animals that landed her in jail, but how she's accused of torturing them before she did it live on YouTube.
And this is a short, yet very disturbing entry. Annie Garmonsi is a 28-year-old YouTuber and a TikToker who was arrested on charges of animal cruelty. The woman would torture and mutilate live animals on camera, disguising them as cooking videos for some views. She would torture rabbits, chickens, frogs, and even pigeons by slowly mutilating them live on camera.
Actually, I'm really hungry right now. Like, really starving. It's like I'm starving, okay? Welcome back to my YouTube. So.
In one of her videos titled Cooking Frogs, she would cut open a frog's stomach while singing Happy Death Day in a mocking tone. Monsi had 20k subscribers on YouTube, and there were actually people who enjoyed watching her do all of this. They would even encourage her to make even more videos in the comment section. In a different video, she would place a pigeon in boiling water and then proceed to decapitate it with a knife. I obviously cannot show everything here, but the videos were really disturbing. In yet another video, she was seen holding a hen, which she then proceeded to torture for 30 minutes. All of her videos were taken down, and she was charged with 4 felony counts of aggravated cruelty to animals. On May 2nd, 2017, a Reddit user that went by the username RedIsBlue101 made a post on the subreddit Canada News, confessing to murdering his ex-girlfriend in what he claimed was an act of self-defense. Initially, people were skeptical, wondering if the post was real or just another troll seeking attention. However, as more information emerged, the case turned out to be far more horrifying than anyone had expected. The post was titled, "Wanted for Kitchener Murder, My Side," and began with the user claiming to be devastated by what had happened and stating that they would soon turn themselves in for their crime. It reads as follows: "I understand the early judgments made by society. Distancing myself makes it seem like I'm trying to escape a crime. I'm not. I'm only trying to give myself some space and fully take in what happened before I turn myself in. She was more than a girlfriend, a soon-to-be fiancé. She was my everything. What happened that night was nothing but tragic. Looking back, we've been in a relationship for a year and 3 months. This was the first serious long-term relationship for the both of us, so everything we did was a new experience. We traveled the world, our families met, had fights and made up, talked seriously about marriage and kids, the whole deal. I would never physically hurt her in any way. She would occasionally hit or slap me when I said something stupid, but I'd laugh it off." The user went on to recount the entire history of the relationship up until the last month, when things slowly started to go south. In the post, they referred to their girlfriend as Melinda. They said, quote, "The last month of our relationship, I started asking her to give me some space so I can work on my job. She started coming less and less like I asked. During March, her friend Anna got pregnant. Melinda and Anna then moved in together, because Anna has a big family and wanted privacy in case she keeps a baby. I never met any of Melinda's friends at this stage. 1.2 years in, she told me all her friends only use her. That part was incredibly clear to me. They would only contact her if they needed their hair done or had BF problems, including Anna. 1.3 months in, Melinda and I got into an argument via text and a relationship ended. I went to her apartment that day to try and talk. Every time I tried breaking up with her, she would call my mom or drive down to my house, so this time I figured I'd do the same. Upon arrival, I was confronted by Anna's brother and her boyfriend. A physical altercation took place and the police were involved. At this stage, I knew if we were to patch things up, it would be rough. We didn't see each other for a few weeks. Later on in April, Melinda and I started texting each other again. We agreed to see each other and talk. She was originally supposed to drive down to my house, but felt sick, so I told her I would come and she agreed. Melinda told me Anna and her boyfriend were present. I didn't mind. Upon arrival, it was just Melinda, and she invited me to her room right away. We cuddled and talked. We never spent so much time away from each other. A while later, Anna came back with another friend. She asked Melinda if everything was okay, and Melinda said yes. Anna will attest to this if she is honest. We continued to talk, and finally decided it was worth it to try one more time. However, Melinda didn't want anyone to know, especially her family. She said after the police were involved, and a physical altercation with Anna's brother and BF took place, things wouldn't be right if they knew right away. I agreed we would keep it on the down low until things cooled down. We continued to talk. Anna and her other friend left the house to grab food. We both had everything out, and our relationship was back on track. As I'm getting ready to leave, she asked me if I had done anything with any other girls while we were on a break. I told her we needed to be honest and said yes and told her about it. She started freaking out, wouldn't say a word and just kept slapping me with tears in her eyes. Slaps turned into hits. I told her I was sorry, but if she didn't stop, I'd do something back. She didn't stop. I then stupidly pushed her harder than I expected. She fell against the sink. This was the first time I ever did something physically violent towards her. I told her I was sorry. She said leave. Leave now. I began saying sorry even more and asked if I could get a hug. She was still crying. I go up to her to try and give her a hug. Almost out of nowhere, she grabs a knife by the sink. Initially, I thought she was just going to hold it to try and tell me to leave. She doesn't. She comes at me in full force, aiming towards my face. I tell her to stop. She doesn't. I tried grabbing the knife, but ended up cutting my hands. After a few cuts, I lost it. I freaked out. I was scared and in a state of shock. Never in 100 years did I think she would use a knife against me. Out of shock and fear, I grabbed one. I hit her with it, almost blindly, a few times. I didn't know what happened. I was confused, shocked, and scared. I had no intentions of that happening. When I left, I honestly thought she just passed out. Then I looked at the blood and started freaking out and just ran. I didn't know for sure she had died until the next day. I honestly had no intention of ever doing that to her. I was protecting myself. The user went on to explain that everything that happened was a spur-of-the-moment reaction and wasn't planned beforehand. They said, quote, "I'm reading the news and they are claiming it was targeted or an act of terrorism. Why would I buy her roses at night if I was planning on killing her? I didn't even go home that night. I always have a passport in the car and decided to just get away for a few days before turning myself in." The user also posted pictures of his final conversation with his girlfriend. In the images, they are seen planning to meet, with the Redditor driving to her house at night. The user's last message reads, "Okay, coming, buzz me in." The post quickly gained attention, with people debating whether it was real or just a hoax. At the end of the post, the Redditor also uploaded pictures of himself and his girlfriend, with both of their faces clearly visible. The man behind the Reddit account, read as Blue101, was 30-year-old Agar Hassan, and his girlfriend was 22-year-old Melinda Vasiliji. Hassan stabbed Melinda 47 times, before leaving her on the ground bleeding to death, despite claiming in the Reddit post that he was guilty of his crime and was planning to turn himself in. Hassan fled to the US and attempted to cross the Mexican border in order to escape. However, he was arrested on July 11, 2017, more than 2 months after the murder in San Antonio, Texas, by Secret Service agents as part of a dark web currency investigation and brought back to face charges. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and would have to spend 16 years in custody before becoming eligible for parole. Stabbing Melinda 47 times and pleading that it was self-defense doesn't make any sense. Moreover, he didn't call for any help and left her bleeding until she passed away. Remember, use UDOXA55 to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird.